Hi there, a very good evening and good afternoon to all of you, depending on wherever you're watching me. This is Simply Stocks, and I'm live here with another live session with you all. I apologize for being late. Was involved in a lot of things at home, so could not be online around 6:20. Basically, today I'd like to talk to you about a little bit about the markets, the Midcap index. Plus, would like to talk to you about one of the stocks in the consumer space, small cap consumer space, that looks good on the basis of the numbers that it has produced for the June quarter and the kind of management commentary it has been in its con call, plus in its investor presentation. So we'll discuss about which stock I would be talking about. You can take a wild guess on it. It is into home improvement and kitchen segment, so you might be able to guess that as well, and I'll answer your queries after that. So three-part session this time around. Hope you all are doing well. Your investment and trading journey is going well. uh, and just to begin, I'll just probably talk about a lot of other things, and then we'll come back to the stock market point of view so that more people join in, hopefully in the next 4 5 minutes. So there is a lot of guesses coming in. So Surya, it's not Prestige. Good evening, Bhupinder. Hawkins, no, it's not Hawkins or Hindware. Uh, but Hindware is a close shot, Jayaprakash, especially if you're looking for Somani home, if that is not, but that's not the one I would like to talk about. So another, you can say, a clue about it is that it has a lot of business abroad in more than 55 countries. It has its position and it do exports to all these countries and has produced pretty strong numbers. We'll discuss about the numbers as well. So good evening, Jayaprakash. Uh, so Naresh, Sequent, I have talked long and hard about it for my patron members. If you really want, I'll discuss about Sequent as well. Absolutely, Jay. This is from Jan Janam. Okay, and the answer is of course Acrescel, and Fitness Enthu has also said about Acrescel. So yes, Acrescel is the one that I'll talk about, and the numbers are quite strong. And hopefully, this festive season will be strong. So we'll discuss about Acrescel in a while. So basically, check three men. Numbers of Kilpest looked good. I have talked about it with my patron members. It's a stock that I hold. I have been holding since 2018. Sold all my quantity in 2020 and then bought again. Numbers are strong, especially because their margins have improved from 34% to 44 45%. In sequent, numbers look extremely weak, and even worse has been the management commentary during the con call. So they were not able to answer very specific and crucial questions with respect to business, and it just did not seem to well. So, in my opinion, sequent is a sell on any rise, and I believe that Kilpest looks set for 400, but it may decline. And I think if you really want to look at Kilpest, then probably look at it from FY 24 onwards. This year could be up and down, but 24 onwards, I see a lot of traction on the stock. Uh, all right. So coming back to my points that I wanted to make. So the Commonwealth Games are over, and India did extremely well in there with around 61 medals and more than 20 gold medals. I think 22, if I am precise on that. And now we are looking forward to the Asia Cup cricket that is beginning on the 27th of uh, August, and then the World Cup of cricket, that is the T20 World Cup that begins in October. So these are the crucial events that are coming up for sports buff like me who really want to watch sports. India's tour of Zimbabwe is just nearby, but the big event is the Asia Cup, and hopefully India should win that. Even with a slightly weaker side, they should be able to do well in there. So looking forward to that, and the US Open that begins at the end of August as well. So let's begin the session in earnest. So the market that has uh, been in an uproar over the last 6 8 weeks. So the markets have done extremely well, and we have seen that happen from July first week onwards. That is what we expected. And now, since we are in August, and I have been expecting a decline, I'm not making any qualms about it. I believe as long as this rally continues, and as much as this rally increases in shape and size, we are going to see a similar kind of fall. So I won't say that, as I believed earlier, that 14,000 is a possibility. I don't think 14,000 is now a possibility once the market goes towards 18,000. But there is certainly a chance of 1,000 to 1,500 point decline on the Nifty. So anybody who wants to take fresh positions, somebody who has had positions into India centric consumer stocks since 15,500, 16,000, can keep holding. But whoever wants to make fresh positions into this market, be extremely careful, because as we go closer to 18,000, the market looks extremely stretched. And also on the mid cap index, it looks extremely stretched with the way the mid cap index has fired up or flared up over the last 2 3 weeks. So about the market, I believe that a correction is around the corner. It could be 5% minimum to nearly 10%. There's a possibility of a 10%, but between 5 to 10% correction, it is required. If that doesn't happen and the market just continues in this vein of form that it is doing, then we could be in for a bigger fall later on. And that is what I'm scared of if that takes place. So somebody who's making money from 16,000, 16,500 onwards on specific stocks should start booking profits from here. Tell me if I'm wrong. One should definitely start booking profits. If you are a short term trader into the market, if you are trading from a 2 to 3 months perspective, but if you are having a time frame of 2 years, 3 years, then definitely you can hold on. I think we'll be going much higher over the next 1 year. By the end of 2023, we could see 21,000, even 21 and a half thousand on the index. In the short run, we could see some sort of a correction. So that is about the markets per se at the moment. Now about the stock that I wanted to talk to you about. So this consumer centric stock, as many of you have guessed, it is Acrisil, and Acrisil has come out with pretty strong numbers. I would say that if I go through the numbers in the June quarter, and I'm using screener for this, 171 crores versus 98 crores in 2021 versus 68 crores in June of 2019. So if you say the last 2 years, June quarter has been marred by the pandemic, you look at the margins in June 2019, it was around 18%. And today, even after all the pandemic fiasco and everything, the margins are at 20%. So it looks pretty good. In terms of operating profit, we are at 34 crores. Uh, and it is pretty strong, because if you look at the numbers, the final, you can say, tax after tax profit or PAT, then we are at 19 crores in June 2022 versus merely 6 crores in June 19, and just about 13 crores in June 21. So a good substantial 40 45% upside in terms of numbers that have come in. And EPS of around 7.5 rupees looks very strong. So we are looking at around 30 rupees of EPS for the year. And based on 31 rupees of EPS, the stock is trading at under 20 times, which looks very interesting, because I believe the festive season could be very big. Stock did correct from the top, and probably the reason for that is that this quarter, the September quarter, is always a quarter in which the companies, especially consumer companies, because of the monsoon, etc., with lesser footfalls, do not do that well. So, a very good opportunity to buy if it corrects closer to 620, 600. Those are very good levels to get in. If we look at on technical charts on whether where the stock lies at the moment, then it had a high of 935. If the stock goes to 600, then that is a decline of nearly 33-34% from the top, or nearly 35%. So 600 is what I'm looking at, although it may not go there, but 620, 625 is a pretty decent level to get into something like an Acrysil, or start buying Acrysil, and then you can probably go as low as 580. Till 580 you can definitely accumulate the stock from 620 to 580 levels, because I think there is major support around, you can say, uh, 520, 530 levels. So if it really goes to 580 levels, then there's only a 10% decline that I believe the stock could have. So there is a chance that the stock could correct below 600 because of the way it is behaving in this uptrending market, but that will only be an opportunity to buy, and buy it from a 6 months perspective. By January or start of February, just about uh, till you can say budget, I see the stock could hit new highs, because the stock should trade around 30 times, 30-35 times, and that takes you to 900-930 rupees. So if you can get it around 600, there's a good 35-40% upside in 6-8 months possible on Acrysil, because of the kind of numbers. Hopefully September numbers could be decent. I won't expect huge September numbers, but then the December quarter number and March quarter number should be very good, very strong, especially on the fact that, on the face of it, that the European business should do much better than what it has been doing, and the Australia and Middle East business should do much better, because the pandemic wanes even further, hopefully, going into the festive season. So the export oriented business should do well. Plus, they have expanded their domestic business from around 8-9%, some 7-8 years back, to around 28% now, which is pretty strong, that they have 28-29% business or sales coming from India. And hopefully, that should augur well for this festive season again. So aggressive is a buy around 620 to 580 in that region, and keep a stop loss of 520, and just hold on to the stock. It should end up doing well from a 6-8 months period. All right, so I'm ready to answer your queries. Kindly use the super chat and super sticker feature, that will help me grow the channel, that will help you also ask me questions, any doubt answers for in greater detail. So Ashim Mori asks about Maruti. I believe Maruti should do well. Again, discretionary spends should come into play, and autos have not done well for at least 4 years. For at least 4 years or four festive seasons, F 2018, 19, 20, and 21. If you look at October to December, autos have really done nothing. I think this time around things should look good. I won't say Maruti per se will end up doing well, but a lot of auto ancillaries and domestic based auto companies should do well. Maruti, to my mind, could even hit new highs if the market really supports. I'm very positive about the market from October onwards. A negative on a very short term basis, but October onwards, market should surge, and specific stocks should surge big time. Okay. See, Vanke's India is a buy again around September, October, or around the IPL time, or just before that. They have a lot of business of their ready-to-eat food products that is doing well. You cannot have a Vanke's India as an investment stock, because there's a lot of volatility with pricing, lot of volatility with seasonality, and in the summer season, these kind of stocks do not do well. Okay. See, Nitin Spinners, this is one stock that is extremely close to my heart. This is probably one of the very first stocks that made me big money. I used to buy, and I had bought at around, if I'm not wrong, 27-28 rupees, sold at 50-60, and all those, and traded in it big time, uh, about a decade back, or you can say about 8-9 years back. But now at this point of time, I would say stay away from most textile companies. They have run up a lot. Look at consumer centric companies, and especially companies which are more related to the festive season. They should give you better returns in shorter period of time. So that's the call. I don't have any view on Aegis Logistics if because I've not studied the company that in detail, so won't be able to comment. And same with Saregama India. I have not looked at that company in detail, so won't be able to comment. See, Tata Power can end up doing well. It has been under a lot of consolidation over the past few weeks. I'm sorry, for months. And All right. So Tata Power has been in consolidation and in this sort of phase. So it can do well from October onwards if the market sustains. Okay. So I've talked about Kilpis results. You can reverse the tape and probably know about it. I believe results have been good and results should improve going forward if their UK facility opens up. So Polycab at these levels is a buy if you can hold from a 6 8 months point of view. I believe over the next 6 to 7 months, it should give you decent return, something in the region of 20 to 25%. Instead of Jubilant Ingrevia, look at Jubilant Foodworks around these 550, 560, 570 levels. I think going forward, Jubilant Food also should do well, as with other companies which are more directly consumer centric. So Sequence Scientific, okay. So Sequence Scientific, the results have been bad. Management commentary has been unsatisfactory. Uh, it's an avoid. And if you have it, probably it's a sell if you get any chance of recovery in the stock. I would say it's a sell at the moment until and unless the company does well on the numbers front on any quarter. If the next quarter it does really well and it seems like that it can do well, then well and good, we can buy at 130, 140 or above that. Otherwise, we can just avoid the company altogether. See, Nureka Sagar is a very good company, but the valuations were stretched during the pandemic when it ran up, and now it has corrected. See, in these smaller companies, you have to take the leap of faith kind of a thing. You don't know exactly in the long run how it will perform. In the short run, smaller companies could go either way. I have seen, so I can give you example with Kilpest. I have been accumulating that stock from higher levels after selling it. So I've been accumulating that stock, and that just kept on going down. And then we had a circuit today, circuit up. So you have to have patience with smaller companies to hold on to them. If you can do that, yes, you can buy it. So Zydus Life Sciences is a good long-term story, but not something to buy even from a 1 to 2 years perspective. I think better to be with high ROE, high profit-making businesses, even if they are at higher PE comparatively. Uh, Wait for some corrections and buy them at 20 to 25% lower from the highs, all-time highs, and you should be fine in them. Have not looked at ME Organics, won't be able to comment again on that. So KPR Mills is again good, and road construction stocks, you can definitely look at them as well uh, from uh, from the last, say, from perspective of buying from a 6 to 8 months perspective. So even KPR Mills look good. See, Varun Beverages, I would say it is stretched. I think Varun Beverages time to buy these kind of stocks, Blue Star, Varun Beverages, Voltas, etc., is around January, and time to sell them is around April, May. Yes, it has run up because of good strong numbers, but now I would say if you have it, if you're making money in it, book profits. If you don't have it, don't delve into it after the run up it has had. See, I believe drone stocks future and all these stocks which are related to you can say defense from a 5 to 10 year perspective look extremely good, undervalued. Be it BEML, be it Paras Defense, be it other defense companies, you name it. All these companies look good. BEL also and many others, Bharat Dynamic and so on and so forth. But from a short term point of view, it might not do much. They might not do much, or they might decline, because you understand that this sector has run up a lot over the last 6 8 months, irrespective of where the market has been. And probably in this market decline that I'm probably envisaging, We could see defense stocks also fall decently 15 to 20%. See, Mastec is an avoid saga even at these levels until and unless it comes out with decent numbers. I won't say that you buy into it. A disclaimer: I have the stock in my portfolio, but I believe that the numbers have not been that great. It's an avoid for the moment. All right, guys. Thank you. Thanks a lot for being online. Please like and subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so you get my videos straight away when I post it. Kindly support me on Patreon. You get a lot of update there on Patreon straight away whenever the results come in, and you can answer. You can ask me queries on a daily basis. Any number of queries you can put in there, and I'll answer them. So thanks a lot for all the Patreon members, whoever that have been a part of Patreon for many months, years, and hopefully this journey just continues. Thank you.